our other breaking news in Northwest Houston, a man shot and killed in a neighborhood while people were sleeping.
Our Brittany Ford is there with us now live. And Brittany, you spoke with police about this just a while ago. What did they tell you?
Well, officers are still trying to figure out the why here. They say it's still very early on in their investigation, and they actually cleared the scene here moments ago. But take a look. This is that home where the shooting occurred, the one with the fence there. You see the white car and the mailbox in front. We can show you video of what things look like here. Just hours ago, police say that man who was shot and killed was taken to the hospital before they even got here, where he later died. Now, when officers arrived here on Carmel Street around 2 this morning, they found puddles of blood in the street and driveway, as well as two types of shell casings. Now, they have no information on who actually lives at this home in relation to the shooting or how many people were involved in this. But given the number of shell casings found, they say this could have ended up much worse.
It's obviously a residential neighborhood on the north side of town. Numerous houses up and down, families. It's families on this side of the street, on that side of the street, that very easily could have been caught in the gunfire.
And the good news here, luckily they didn't. Police say they're talking with a number of witnesses to get a better idea of what happened out here. But again, a very developing story we continue to follow throughout the morning. For now, I'll send it back to you, Kim.
Yeah, Brittany, it's very tragic anytime someone loses a life, but thankfully things weren't worse. Let us know if you get any more information for us. Brittany Ford reporting live for us this morning. And we're making sure you have the latest information about what's happening in your neighborhood. Download the KHOU 11 mobile app and turn on those push notifications. That way you get the latest updates right to your phone.
The COVID-19 resurgence is not letting up. The Delta variant is spreading across the country, including right here in Houston. Memorial Hermann says that hospitalizations have quadrupled to about 400 people since the 4th of July. Nearly all of those patients are unvaccinated, and most of them are in their 30s. Right now, a little more than 25% of Texas kids ages 12 to 17 are fully vaccinated. Memorial Hermann CEO says that while children aren't typically hospitalized for COVID, more are being diagnosed and also having symptoms. And Kim, the Texas Department of Health has also launched a campaign recently urging people to get the shot.
Steph, that actually tops our coronavirus headlines, and organizations aren't just encouraging, they're requiring the shot now. And we're going to count down from number 3. The Department of Veterans Affairs will now require all of its healthcare workers to get the COVID-19 shot. Those who don't may face disciplinary action, including removal from federal service. On to number 2 this morning. A second dose of vaccine is safe for people who have an allergic reaction after the first shot. That's according to doctors at Massachusetts General Hospital. The majority of patients had no issues after their second shot, bringing us to number 1. HISD and several other districts are no longer using online dashboards to follow confirmed cases on campus. There are now concerns about how they're going to keep up with those cases and maintain prevention standards without a mask mandate as schools prepare for 100% in-person learning. And Steph, the coronavirus unfortunately is not the only thing we have to worry about here in Houston.
You're exactly right. Okay, 2 words here: dangerous and deadly. Those are the words being described for a highway that you and your family likely drive on every single day.
I'm Marcelino Benito. A new report finds that one of the world's most dangerous highways runs right through Houston. Budget Direct found that I-45 is the most dangerous in the entire country. The stretch that runs through Houston is most lethal, with 73 deaths in 2019. Improvement projects for I-45 now on hold, but drivers say something needs to be done to make it safer for everyone.
We now know the identity of the suspected gunman in a deadly shooting at a soccer complex this weekend. According to an autopsy report, police say Lucio Estrada Molina killed his ex-wife and her boyfriend.
A big endorsement for Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton's re-election effort. Former President Trump is backing Paxton in the Republican primary. Paxton is going up against Land Commissioner George P. Bush. Bush had also aimed for that endorsement, bucking his family's long history with the former president.
A tough loss for the Astros last night. The Mariners put up 4 runs in the 8th inning to come from behind and top the Stros on the road. Final score 11-8. They play again tonight in Seattle.
I'm Sherman Chow. A decades-long Astros fan believes the Astros and Minute Maid Park likely saved his life. 56-year-old Robert Aitken felt terrible during Sunday's game. A first aid team gave him an EKG at Minute Maid Park, found he was having a heart attack, and sent him to the hospital, all fast enough for emergency surgery. Turns out his arteries had been 99% and 70% blocked.
The very first thing that he actually said to me when I came and saw him was, did we win? I said, you won. I said, you beat the heart attack today.
More drama in the world of college sports this morning. Jason Whiteley with our sister station up in Dallas, WFAA, reports that Texas and Oklahoma will formally file this morning to join the SEC. But now Texas A&M is getting involved, talking about possibly leaving the Southeastern Conference. And this isn't just about sports, folks. It's also major business for these universities.
It's also incredibly political. That's why Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is getting involved. He's calling for a committee to study the impact of Texas leaving the Big 12. And this is raising the prospect of a renewed A&M versus Texas rivalry.
Yesterday, the university held a special meeting to discuss Texas and the Aggies once again being in the same league. According to our Jason Bristol, A&M, quote, wants to be the only Texas school in the nation's best football conference. Well, here's what sports reporters from across Texas have to say about that.
So sure, you wanted to be the only Texas program in the SEC. It's fine that you wanted that. You don't have enough power within the SEC to force their hand on that.
This is the team that just finished last season playing SEC football as the 5th team in the nation. What are they scared of?
They're scared of something. Okay, the Texas A&M board has another meeting set for tomorrow to discuss the school's future.
Because on one end, it's like, bring on the competition, let them match up. But so there's this other side where there's traditionalists, and they're like, okay, this is where the school has been. This is where they should stay. And they think that all these big schools coming together could actually be really awkward, kind of like a divorced couple that wants to get back together.
They have to go to the party with the kids.
Yeah, exactly. So like sometimes people are rooting for it and other people are cheering for it, but then actually they're like, well, we'll see.
It's a huge shocker, man. Everybody's talking about this today, so we'll see what happens.
See, well, let me tell you about the one thing in weather.
Okay.
All right. Well, there's lots. Heat, humidity, and a rain chance. Does it sound like Houston, right? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess, where you go across the state. That's almost what we're going to see. Feels like temperatures, though, around 104 today. We do have that air quality alert. I'll talk more about that. And, of course, our rain chances. That's right. We're bringing back rain for the afternoon in just a little bit. I'll send it over to you.